Hello, and thanks for joining us for another episode of My Backstage Pass. This is Billy Hubbard with my co-host Lee Zimmerman. Today we're excited to have my talented friend EmiSunshine as our guest. Of course, we're all spread out social distancing, but I think we're all connected here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, Emmy, sounds like you're busy. Got a lot going on even tonight, I heard.
I do. I have a live stream concert tonight, and we've just been busy writing, and, it's just COVID has brought a lot of things down for us, like touring, but everything else is still going on, so we're always busy.
It sounds like you've been busy with your new music and with your songwriting, and you have a couple of new songs that you're sharing, and this collaboration with Bootsy Collins is now, how did that come about? That seems such a strange, disparate kind of collaboration. How did that come about?
Honestly, it's not as strange as most people think. I mean, he's an incredible musician, and it was really great to work with him. But I actually was going to play the opening day parade for the Reds, and Bootsy was going to be there as well. But last year, when everything happened with COVID, that was canceled, and unfortunately, we weren't able to attend that. But we were just talking to each other online. He said that he looked into my music, and I was saying that my dad's been a fan of his for years, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of a project that I'm working on? I have this song that I have a really cool melody to, but I want you to work on the lyrics." And I was like, "Okay, that works." And we started working on the song together, and then eventually we had a bunch of artists be a part of that as well, which was incredible. But the song is just inspirational and really nice. And it was a part of an album called Stargate, which was awesome too. So it just kept getting better and better.
I think we have a little sample of that we can play now. Billy, you wanna spin?
Yeah,
some
we do
tunes here.
In here.
The name is Bootsy, baby. And if you love music like I love music, then you can't live without this music. And music certainly wouldn't be here without our great musicians.
As people, we're not afraid of nothing. We stand toe to toe and fight. But this battle that we're facing, it's hard to know what's wrong or right. Hiding in the hugs of loved ones, friends and strangers that we meet. Separation is our shield now to keep us strong and on our feet.
Brothers and sisters, all colors.
Take courage for another day. This thing can't last forever.
It's a very interesting conversation. It almost sounds like you're doing a little rapping there, Emmy.
I think that was mostly Bootsy through there, but our collaborative, styles together, which was, very cool. We were able to show parts of ourselves and the music that we love throughout the song, and that was, very desirable and just very satisfying to have within the song.
Gotcha. Well, tell us a little bit about this upcoming album by, I guess it's a new band called Strong Armed Robbers, where you're collaborating with your dad and with Fish Fisher, with whom you've written a number of songs over the years. Tell us a little bit about this upcoming effort.
Yes, we recently started this whole project with, just the band name of Strong Arm Robbers, which is, just about an older song, the first song that me and Fish wrote together called Strong Arm Robbery. And yeah, and it's really, really good to have that song as, just kind of inspiration for the name, because, it's how we met, and it's how we, just started working together, which is really sweet. But yeah, we're working on this album together with my dad and Fish, and it's just really, it's really amazing. We've got all these new songs and all this stuff going on, and it really, it makes me happy to see that, I'm able to work with him more, just in general, I guess. But, when we were talking about the new album, I think that the Judgment Day album is going to be out on March 19th. It's just going to be a single. And it's crazy to think that this is already happening. It's gone so fast, and we've just been able to continue working because we haven't been on the road. So it's been beneficial to us.
Well, I think maybe we should hear a little bit of that song and get everybody excited for it. Billy, you want to play us a little bit of that?
Yeah, here we go.
Judgment Day.
Stand out from the crowd, but be like everybody else. Be humble, be proud, get lost, but never lose yourself. Everyone likes your sound, get these records flying off the shelf. But if we let you down, you can only blame yourself. Keep your feet on the ground and have a face that sells.
Really interesting song, Emmy. I don't want to cut off here, but I am curious, with a title like Judgment Day, can you kind of tell us what that's about, what the idea was behind that song?
That whole song in itself is talking about how the music industry tries to change so many artists out there that don't exactly need changing, I guess. And I think that a lot of times artists like me and even Fish have experienced that. So over time, you just eventually are like, hey, I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to stick up for myself. And that whole song is pretty much about how the music industry in itself is very flawed, and how we treat artists is very flawed. So it's all about that, pretty much.
Well, you've experienced the music business now for what, like 7 or 8 years? Obviously, it goes without saying you started at a very young age, and you've really kind of grown up with the music business. And we're curious here. How did that affect you? You were 8 or 9 years old when you started, and was it how did you take that? I mean, at that age, most kids are just kind of adjusting to life in general, and here you were thrown into, I don't mean thrown into, but you were a part of an industry and making a name for yourself. And was it easy for you to adapt at that tender age?
No, I don't think it was easy to adapt, and I don't think it'd be easy for an adult to adapt to the music industry in itself. It's very difficult, and it can be very judgmental, and it's very hard to be in, per se. I think that, like, when it comes to being a kid and all of that, I think that for me at least, I became very aware of how the music industry treats its artists at a very young age. And I think that that's beneficial for me, but at the same time, the crazy thing about being in the public eye is that they don't want you to change. And when you're a child, you change constantly. And that is a very odd place to be in, because when you have fans who are like, hey, I loved how you were 3 years ago. And I'm like, well, 3 years ago, I was probably a different person, because kids are changing and evolving constantly. And that's honestly a great thing. So I think that being a part of all of that was such a good thing for me. But at the same time, I think that I got a lot of knowledge about just pretty much how I want to be treated. I was able to learn how me as an artist, how I want to be treated within, just management or, just publishing or anything. I became very aware of, what I want.
Well, you obviously were very mature and very knowing that you were able to, find your way in this business. I'm sure your parents were also very supportive as well. And, I'm curious, did your parents encourage you to follow this career? And how did they prepare you for the success that came so quickly?
Well, I think that my parents have always been supportive of me with whatever I do, because they've told me for years and years that, hey, if you don't want to do this anymore, you can always stop, and you can always do something different, because no matter what you do, we love you unconditionally. And that was great to hear. And for me, I think that my parents really got me ready for all of that, just simply telling me what pretty much everything about what could happen within my career, and how people can, stab you in the back, and how some people can be really nice people at first, but then, change over time, and how nothing exactly lasts forever. And it's good to, know exactly who you are and not change for other people, because once you do that, what do you have left? And I think that my parents really gave me the knowledge of all this blunt and honestly, because they wanted me to be aware, and they didn't really care if I was a kid or not. They wanted me to just be aware of what could happen, and they wanted me to be strong, and I became a strong person because of it.
Emi, I was telling Lee earlier that you were blessed with great parents and how well they helped you navigate through your younger years, which is, of course, hard to do in the music business. Heck, I remember when I first saw you in Knoxville at Market Square, only 8 or 9 years old. Shot a video of you with my phone, posted it on my YouTube channel. You were playing Folsom Prison Blues, and went back a few weeks later, and I noticed it had 1 million views. Then went on to have over 3 million views. So it was pretty obvious early on you had something special going on, and I don't think I've ever seen a young artist transition as well as you have from that young age into doing as good as you are now and being so successful. So that's a wonderful thing.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I think that it can be difficult for a lot of people because, there's judgment from, press. There's judgment from your own fans a lot of times. So it's a very difficult time to, be a part of, just the music industry in itself, especially during COVID, because as a touring musician, it is very odd right now. You're not able to book gigs. I mean, and for me, I was on the road for about 6, 7, maybe something like that years. I mean, I was traveling about, 250 dates a year usually. And I would only be home for like a couple of weeks out of the year. So being home for this long, a whole year, and not really doing much of anything has been, it's been nice. I've been able to write more. I've been able to, just reflecting on what I want from my career. And it's been nice for me. I've enjoyed it, but I can't wait to get back on the road.
So Emi, when you were traveling, as a kid, I mean, did you miss not having interaction with the other kids and and that sort of thing, or did you kind of adapt and get used to doing what you were doing?
Well, I guess for me, I was homeschooled, all of my life, and I did not really like interacting with other kids that much. It made me nervous, and I just didn't really have a connection with a lot of children. But over time, even more so this year, I have an entire friend group that is just so nice, and I love them to death, and they support me and they love me, and it's really great to have that. But I think that everybody makes friends and they find their people eventually. It just takes some people longer. So I finally found my people, I guess.
So your I guess initial big break here, you had several of them, but you were on the Today Show at age 9. How did that come about? I know then you were at the Grand Ole Opry, but how did that Today Show appearance come about?
So when I had the viral video of me at the flea market when I was 9, I think eventually, just like all that happening, I had calls from, pretty much everywhere. But we wanted to, like really make sure that we were making the right decisions for me, because I didn't want to have a short career. I want to have a long career. And I wanted to make the right choices. But at one point we got a call from the Today Show, and we were like, okay, this could be kind of cool. It would be good press for us. I mean, it would be really nice.
I think so.
Yeah, and it was really great. We flew out there. We did the show the next morning really, really early, and then we left that day. So it was a quick occurrence, but it was very beneficial to me, and I really enjoyed it.
And what was it like when you performed at the Grand Ole Opry? That was about the same time, right? Were you same age, 8 or 9, when you did that as well?
I played the Opry for the first time when I was 9 years old, and
Wow.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was very nervous, but I had a great time. And once I stood out in that circle, I was just like, okay, I'm good. I can do this.
And were the folks there at the Opry, were they warm and embracing and making you feel at home there?
Honestly, yeah. I had a lot of people there that were, just cheering me on, and it was very sweet to, just have so many people there and that really just supported me. I had a lot of friends there, which was surprising. But I had the first time I played the Ryman Auditorium, it was Marty Stewart's Late Night Jam, because he I guess he saw my viral video and he was like, oh, I want that girl on my show. I think it could be great. And I was like, okay, I would love to, of course. And he was so sweet and he was so inviting and just so nice. And it was a very great experience for me. Sometimes, I think even more so than, the Opry, because like the Ryman in itself is just so beautiful and it just has this energy to it that is just so inviting and so loving that I just was like, okay, I really love it here.
So you're, are you, I don't know if it's happened yet, but you're slated to be on, was it American Idol? Has it come up or is it happening or?
It is happening.
Right?
It is happening right now. I got a golden ticket, which was great. That was a good opportunity for me, and I was very happy about it. I think it went really good. That's all I can really say so far because, we don't really know what's going on in the next rounds or what's happening there. But, yeah, I got the golden ticket, and we just have to see what happens next. Eventually, they're going to show my whole audition, I guess. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. They don't tell me much.
Now, for those folks that might not be aware, what exactly is a golden ticket?
So a golden ticket pretty much just signifies that you are going to be able to go to Hollywood and go to the next part of the show and the next round, apparently. That's like the whole thing there. So it's just telling you that, hey, you're going to go to Hollywood and you're going to continue in the competition. Wow.
Billy, what were you doing when you were Emmy's age? What were you doing when you were 9 years old, Billy?
I think I had a broken leg from a motorcycle wreck and doing stupid things boys do.
You were riding a motorcycle at age 9. What were you doing?
Well, that's
right.
Oh yeah, that's why I wasn't supposed to. I snuck off, and of course couldn't ride it very well. So yeah. I wasn't doing anything cool, but I knew. I was going to say. I realized that how she was becoming known. I guess it's when Pam Tillis was at the station. Her and Ashley Cleveland, Ashley's from Knoxville, they're both multi-Grammy winners. And I was talking to them, and I think they saw your picture somewhere hanging there in the station where you'd played. And Ashley said, oh, there's EmiSunshine. And Pam Tillis said, oh, yeah. And, they started talking about it. And I said, well, she just lives not too far from here. I said, maybe I can get her to drop in or something. And so I called your mom, and they were so excited you were coming. And she came over short notice and sang a song with Pam Tillis. And then later Pam was so excited. And I thought, okay, I think Emmy's going to be fine. You got Pam Tillis looking up to a little, well, you're not little anymore, but then you were a little younger. But that was pretty cool.
Well, Emmy, you're 16 now. A lot of people call this time of life the terrible teens. Are you behaving yourself? I just want to make sure you're behaving yourself.
Of course I am. I mean,
Of course you are.
I literally, I really don't care much more than, about, just material, stupid stuff like that. I worry more about my career and where I'm going in life more so than, just stupid teenage stuff, I guess.
Well, I would say that you're doing a good job at it. I mean, you've you received this incredible award. I guess it's the ASCAP Foundation Desmond Child Anthem Award, which recognizes young artists for musical excellence. That was a couple of years ago. Wow. What was that like? That seems like a very prestigious honor.
It was. I mean, I remember being nominated for it. I was like, oh, it's an honor just to be nominated. It's fine. I probably won't win this. I was like, I don't know. There's a lot of great artists who are already nominated. And I was like, I don't know. And then I won and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I got to go to New York, and I got to meet Desmond Child, and that was incredible. And we were talking, and we got to hang out. We had dinner. It was great. And I was able to get that award, and I got to sing one of my songs called Crimson Moon, which was great. And it felt like a fever dream. It was crazy. I mean, it was so fast, and we got to explore around New York a little bit too, which was fun. But we had a great time, and it was genuinely such an honor to be there among so many amazing artists as well. So I mean, like it was beautiful.
And for those folks that don't know, Desmond Child is an accomplished songwriter. He's written for Aerosmith and just a whole bunch of different artists. People might not recognize the name, but he has quite a track record over the last several decades. So I would think that this honor really means something coming from a guy like that, right? I mean, big time.
Absolutely, he's incredible, and he's very sweet.
And then also, I read here that you were in this Elvis Presley documentary in 2018 called The King, and you wrote and you performed 2 original songs for that film, and the soundtrack was nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was so cool. Yeah, I got to be a part of this whole thing when I was very young, actually. I was maybe 9 or 10 when I filmed this, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, a couple of years after we filmed this whole thing, the director called us and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come to Nice, France, and we can we're doing this whole thing. It's the Cannes Film Festival, and it's going to be there and all this stuff." And I was like, wow, of course I do. So I got to go to France for the first time, which was incredible. Wow. But after that, it was nominated for like Sundance as well. And then after that, the soundtrack was nominated for a Grammy. So it just kept getting better and better. So
Did you get to go to the Grammys? I
did not get to go to the Grammys. Unfortunately, I was not able to, but I'm very happy that it was nominated. That was really, really cool to be a part of that.
Amy, in that video, you were really riding in Elvis, that cool car, right?
Yeah. It was Elvis Presley's original Rolls-Royce, and the funny thing was it was like in the middle of summer when we were filming, and that car has no air conditioning. So we were sitting back. All of us, me, my brother, my dad, my uncle, all of us were in the back seat of this car playing, and it was so hot, and we drove around for hours. And but it was worth it for how it turned out.
I was wondering if it was really somebody's driving. You know how in the movies you get them on the trailer, so you guys were
driving it.
You had somebody driving it.
Yeah, they had somebody drive it, but the funny thing was that it would break down just constantly.
You would think that Elvis could do better, that he would have air conditioning and a mechanically sound car. You would think.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
I guess you would.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Emmy, were there any leftovers from his peanut butter and bologna sandwiches in the back seat there?
Fortunately, there are not. If there was, good. It'd be very alarming.
Yes, I would think so. That's what he used to eat, right? Was it peanut butter and bologna or peanut butter and banana? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but it's something weird.
Yeah. Never suitable for my taste, I don't think. not really, anyway. So now, looking ahead, you have the album coming out, I guess this summer. And will you have you already made plans to tour behind it?
The funny thing is that we were having some plans to tour behind this album, but so far I think that we're just kind of seeing and waiting, just to see what happens, because with COVID and all of that stuff, it's really kind of scary to just kind of make those kind of plans, because you don't want to hurt anyone or yourself. So I think that right now we're still deciding, but that is pending.
Very prudent. That's very prudent, because you never know what's going to happen. But I imagine that you've stayed safe and that you've been very secure during this whole thing for the past year or so, and it's been very weird for everybody. But how have you been able to take it? You said you've been able to write a lot of songs, but have you gotten after touring so much, do you feel a little stir crazy at this point?
I think that beforehand I was. It really did feel like it was a little bit much sometimes, but this year has given me a lot of time off. So now I'm kind of ready to start touring again. I miss it. But yeah, I think that it's good. Like from now on, I'm planning on taking some more time off throughout touring and stuff, because I feel like it's good for my mental health, and it's good for me to be able to take care of myself. So yeah, it's given me perspective on, just what I really want to do, and writing and all. I want to be able to have more time for that. So it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. I've had really good friends, and also, I recently signed a publishing deal with Anthem, which was so cool. They are incredible, and yeah, I've had a lot going on.
So are you going to be writing songs for other artists? Is that what it means, that they might be shopping around your songs to other artists?
Yes,
well?
they would be shopping my songs around to other artists too, which is incredible. I love being able to do that, and I like being able to write for other people, which I haven't really got to explore that very muit's But yeah, that's really great. And also, it's just my songs and, for movies and stuff. And that's really cool too. So it's just, the possibilities are endless.
Wow. If one had to say, I'd really like this person to do one of my songs, who would that artist be? Who would you really like to give a song to and have them do one of your tunes?
I guess that one artist that I would love to hear do one of my tunes one day, if it would ever be possible, I would love for Dolly to do one of mine. It would be like the greatest honor. Yeah. She's just incredible. I love her.
Have you ever met Dolly?
I have not. Yeah, I wish I have.
Well, maybe it'll happen because you're from the same part of the country here. You never know.
We are. It might happen one day.
Yeah. And a question that a lot of people of your age are asked, will you be going to college? Have you thought about that at all? Higher education? Does that interest you at all?
It kind of interests me, but at the same time, I don't know. I haven't decided all of that yet. I don't exactly know yet. I don't really know what I would want to study in. I don't really know what I really want to do, because I haven't really thought about it that much.
Well, you're kind of doing it.
I've been doing it. But, I always said that I would want to study in psychology and stuff like that as well, which would be really cool for me. But, there's a lot of possibilities, and, I still have time, and, I think that right now I'm just living out what I want to do as a kid. So, right now I'm just doing what I love.
So, do you have your career's gone so well, your career is going well. Looking ahead, what is it that you hope to accomplish? What's the ultimate goal as far as this career is concerned?
I think the ultimate goal is, just being able to tour all over the country. That's one thing that I really want to do. I want to tour all over the country. I want to be able to play all kinds of places and be able to pack out arenas one day. I want to be able to be just a big artist. That's what I want. I want to be able to leave an impact on this world that's meaningful and beautiful. I want to be able to, after years after I'm gone, I want to be an influence to people, and I want it to be a good influence. So yeah, that's what I want out of my career.
Well, I guess we're going to start wrapping it up here in a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say, Billy, is wouldn't you love to have a daughter like this?
Yes.
Wouldn't you? I mean, as a parent, wouldn't you just love to have a child like this? The one that makes their parents proud, right?
Yes. I have two great daughters, and I know Emmy's folks got to be so proud of her.
Yeah, we're not trying to embarrass you, Emmy, but really, you do the parents proud. We can just say that, I think.
I definitely try.
Emmy, what's your website? I don't want to guess that, so I'll just let you tell us how folks can find you.
Absolutely. It's theemisunshine.com. It's THEEMI sunshine.com. And you can find, just all of my info about future dates and stuff like that. Pretty much, I have like a new signature uke as well. It's
cool.
It's going to be going around pretty soon. I work with Kala ukuleles. I'm endorsed by them, and they recently made me this custom ukulele that I love.
Wow.
But they're also selling this ukulele that it looks like my custom, and it's so cute. I love it, and you guys should check my website for that.
Cool.
And yeah, it's got a lot of cool stuff on it.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to kind of
an EmiSunshine ukulele. Is that what you're saying? There's an EmiSunshine ukulele, name ukulele?
Yes, there is an EmiSunshine ukulele, and I'm so proud of it.
I love it. Oh my God.
We better let Emmy get on here. She's got to go. But I did just want to thank Emmy. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks, Lee, for joining us here on there. Maybe we won't be doing this social distancing too much longer, but anyway, we want folks to please like and subscribe and share our episodes on our favorite platforms, and we're going to go out of here with a little bit more of this song, if that's cool.
Absolutely.
Judgment
Thank
Day.
you.
Right. Thank you, Emmy.
Thanks, Emmy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Get you later.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Get these records flying off the shelf. But if we let you down, you can only blame yourself. Keep your feet on the ground and have a face that sells. Always smile, never frown, be calm and yet show your wealth. I ain't trying to complain, it's just driving me insane. Like a train in the rain running off the rails of my brain. With those good ones around, they just few and far between. I keep my circle small, low fat, I keep it lean. They fire for me like gunpowder gasoline. It's me and my team and the American dream. So the moral of the story, sing for love, not glory. I thank God above, yeah, he must adore me. Busy like a bee and my fans be swarming. But all labels should come with a warning.
I don't wanna listen to what they say. I do my own thing anyway. Don't label me a sinner or saint. We all gotta face Judgment Day. Judgment Day. Judgment Day.